Good afternoon, it's Ashla coming to you with an informative video. This video, I want to talk about the young black mothers. I want to talk to the young black mothers. And what I want to speak to you about today is adding to the stereotype that they've already placed on us. So first of all, I want to say, if you are receiving welfare, Section 8, any type of government assistance, this is an opportunity for you. That's the way you should look at it, not as, oh, my life is set. Oh, I got it made. I got housing. I have Section 8 and I'm going to live for free. No, this has not been designed to help us. You want to say it's help? It is, to a degree, if you use it properly. But for the most part, this has been set up on purpose to make us comfortable so that we can, be lazy and not strive to push forward, so that we won't strive to, own some businesses or go to school and educate ourselves, get some paper behind our name, some degrees. That's what it's been designed for. It's another form of slavery. It's another form of psychological warfare against our people. And the sooner we can recognize and understand this, then the better off that we can be. So my point is if you're receiving this type of assistance, why not take advantage of it? Don't just be comfortable with having just enough, because that's all you're ever going to have is just enough. You're going to be struggling the rest of your life if you make this your way of life. What you need to be setting your sights on is a future, a successful future, a future to where you can be self-sufficient and show your children a different way. I understand that some of you, and I'm not attacking all young mothers, because I know there are quite a few. I know personally some young black mothers that are on their grind. They're on the business. They're making some things happen. And they're not just sitting around being lazy and just taking, this handout that they're receiving, but they're making something happen. They're using it as a stepping stone, as a platform to rise up. And that's what we all should be doing, whoever that I may be speaking to. If you're receiving any type of government assistance, any type of Section 8 housing, which is one of the biggest bills and expenses that we all have, is rent. So my thing is, take advantage of it. Fool the enemy. Let them think you're going to be lazy, but make something happen. Set you a goal. 4 years, I'm going to have this. 4 years, I'm going to have that. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. And another thing I'm seeing with the young women is you're having all type of company in and out of your house around your children. You have these messy women coming in and out your house, bringing all kind of chaos, fighting. You're fighting. Some of these women are mid-20s, almost 30, and you're fighting, living this ghetto fabulous life, this horrible, chaotic life. It's no way to live. There's no way to raise your children. There's no way to expect your children to have much respect for you as a mother seeing this type of lifestyle. Another thing you have to consider is when you're allowing all of these type of people into your house, you don't know what kind of spirits they're bringing in with them. You have sons, you have daughters that you have to consider that you're raising. And when you've got these women in there, that's just talking about all type of conversations in front of your children, you've got men that, you don't know what their motives are, what they will do to your children, molesting your children, rubbing off these bad, nasty habits in front of your children. And you're allowing this. It's no wonder these children are in the schools making a fool of you, disrespectful, disrespecting the teachers, disrespecting the principal. They have no respect for anybody, no respect for even you as the mother. It's time to change these stereotypes. It's time to change the way we're raising our children if we want to see some changes in our community as a whole, we need to change what we're doing. I understand that some of these young mothers have not been taught because their mother was on the system and their grandmother was on the system. But it's time to wake up. We're in an age of information. Everything you need is here. We're in America. You can go to school for free. You can go to school with grants. You can go and educate yourself. You can go and get a trade, get a degree, get a skill, learn how to be a self-sufficient human being where you're not relying on the system to take care of you and your children. You should be able to take your children to the zoo. You should be able to take your children to the museum. You should be able to take your children on a trip. You should be able to take your children to a nice restaurant. Instill some class in your daughters and sons. Another thing, you got to consider, you're smoking weed in the house around your kids. You've got all this chaos and in and out company coming around your children. You need to really think about it. These spirits transfer that people are bringing around your children. If you got a son, surely do you want your son growing up, being a womanizer or going out making a bunch of babies that he ain't taking care of? Do you want your sons going out? Do you want them, homosexual? Do you want your daughters being promiscuous? Do you want your daughters having a bunch of babies, repeating this cycle that you found yourself in? It's time to wake up. It's time to change our mindset as a people. It's time to do something different. I'm not saying to you something that I've heard. I'm talking about something that I've witnessed and seen. Another thing is these young mothers and going out in public cursing your kids out. That's not the way to do things. That's not the way to talk to your children. I've seen some mothers with children as young as 2 and 3 and 4 years old, and you're cursing those kids out in public. You're feeding right into the stereotype that these people have given us as angry women. I understand that you could very well be angry because of your circumstances, but you're the only one that can change your circumstances. You're the only one that can fix this. It's time to stop being lazy and get off your asses and make something happen. It's time to change what we've been doing and make things better. How else are we going to expect that our children are going to do anything different than what we're doing, than what we're displaying to them? It's time to wake up. That's all I have today.